Hey, good afternoon, folks. We'll be starting here in just a few minutes. Tom's working through some internet issues, but he should be just a moment here.
Hey folks, I had internet all day. Everything was perfect. And then all of a sudden about 1:59, the internet went out. So I had to connect. I had to connect on my phone. So I'm get through our slides. If you lose me, I tried. That's the way I can look at it. All right. Uh, First of all, risk involved in trading, past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, this market has gone into a stage. Remember, I told you that on the Trump bump, there would be times that they were going to have some unusual movements. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week was very unusual in the sense when it came and how it came, and for the reasons they gave. Today, today, with this ping pong match in Washington, D.C., that creates even more uncertainty for the market right here during this time period. Not unusual for that to happen. It's just that it's very unusual that it happened this week, okay? In my opinion. This week's trade at DTI, I'm surprised we got any as tough as this market's been. Let's see what we did. Take it away, Jonathan. What we got? Well, we made a 19% return on Tesla. We're riding high, 19% return. Way to go. All services there. Moonlight, we had a loss there on the QQQ. 16% return on XLE. That was a T-Buzz trade. Tesla again, 14% return. Starting to be a pattern there, Jonathan. Okay. QQQ, a 17% return on the Moonlight. Tesla, a 13% return. That's three trades this week on Tesla. Wow. Okay. Tesla was moving our way. This morning at TNT, I reintroduced it. If you've been around about 3 or 4 years back, especially during 2022, we spent a lot of time using the SQQQ. The SQQQ is perfect for this kind of market. And if you were a member of that training and everything, what I would encourage you to do over the weekend, go back and look at the SQQQ. There's a lot of trades that you can do with the SQQQ. I've traded it more today than I have in a year and a half, but I'm getting used to it, and I'm going to. Carol was there. She said she was in there today. Okay, but I'm gonna trade it Now, if you want to go, if you think the market's going up, you want to buy the TQQ. If you want to think the market's going down, you want to buy the SQQ. That's the way you trade it, but you ought to learn about it. They're really great trading tools, SQQQ/TQQQ. Now, here's some numbers for you. It opened November 5th at 37. Remember what November 5th was election day. It opened the month at 32.36. Today we got above that for a while. I think we actually went to a high about 33 early this morning in the pre-market. I had a trade there. The high, 3-day high is 32, 3-day low is 30. The monthly high, 32.43, and the monthly low is 27.50. Keep your eye on those two numbers as we go into next week. Current price is around 30. Works just like, any stock, but it's really a good trade, especially for reference bar trading. That's the SQQQ today. How it popped early this morning. I was up early. We made a trade there, got out of it, went flat, and then I've been watching it all day. I've traded it a few times, and I'm getting back in sync with it. I'll be ready to go next week. I'm going to study these numbers myself over the weekend. That's the SQQ. Any questions about the SQQQ? Okay, that's the SQQQ. Other key markets, I had Jonathan publish this in TNT. Did everybody get this in TNT? You ought to, this morning I posted this, he updated it. Keep these numbers. We'll be using these numbers for the rest of the year in January, but these are great numbers to figure out exactly what is happening in the market, okay? And that's the beautiful thing about me being able to reach out and touch you, okay? Today, I gave you Tesla out of my 5 stocks. I said if it goes above 436, you can trade it. It went to 447. That was a great trade today if you took it. Did anybody take that trade? You could use the actual stock itself, or you could use a Delta 50 strategy with that. And I'll explain that more at another time, a Delta 50 strategy, but heck of a trade this morning, okay? And that came out of TNT. See, with TNT, I can just reach out when I see this stuff. Let's talk about how to trade a fast-moving market with lower risk entry techniques. You identify direction, you buy an option, take advantage of the move. Example, today I bought a $4.95 put at $3. I said, if it goes down, just spread it. And I'll have a put spread going into next week. And I did that at 495.90 is what I did. But the 90, you can set a price that you do it, or you can use a sell stop on these QQQs that allow you to do that. Did anybody do it the advanced technique, where you leg into it the way I did it? I'm just curious. Jonathan, to cover that in a little bit, Pete, let me get through the slides. I think I'm on shaky internet at best. Now, I said identify a profit target 339 on the put for profit, 275 for hedging and trade. I said if you don't want to do a day trade, just sell that put if you get up to 339. But we ended up making a spread. It almost went our way and then came back. And I said, that's fine. I just soon have it. The key is my expectation. Right. Well, the key, Rochelle, it's worth the money if you get the right side identified like I tried. Didn't work, but I tried. And if Allberry is hit before the target, then turn to trading a put spread like I did today. I took a $3 option, sold a put, and cut my risk down on the trade, I think less than $1 total. And I got $5 I can make if I'm still right, because I've got coverage because of expiration date. If the market falls, even with 3Ls, you'll make money. Now, I want to talk about the power of expiration date. Today, you saw a couple instances of that. One was in Palantir. When Palantir went up, we put on a spread, actually turned it into a buzz fly. Today, we're able to get out of that because we had expiration time. You will notice that when I go out, I'm planning on worst case, and I'm planning on trying to give the trade a chance to work. And we did that with Palantir. I'm very bullish on Palantir. I've told you I'm very bullish on it. It's bullish. It's tested its monthly open. It's looked good even during this turmoil. And today, my top 10 tickers had us going long at 77.55. Palantir's at 79. So anyway, I thought that was important. Now, defining what's hot and what's not through highs and lows. Let's talk about Tesla. The monthly high is 488. And if you look at the monthly low is 348, then you look at key numbers. When you see a stock in its top third, it's bullish. If you see it in its bottom third, it's bearish. In the middle, you really should stay away from it. The exercise I do with 2 weeks to go in the year, this week, or this weekend, I'll go through all the tickers I'm interested in, and I will define that big bar in December for every ticker I'm wanting to look at. Apple, DJT, and I will have numbers that will allow me, that will allow me to know if it's higher than Monday's high and all that going our way to take trades. These are techniques that are very good at the end of the year. Any questions about what I'm talking about? You got one big bar from where we open until where we're currently trading, and you divide that range by thirds. In fact, inside the roadmap, I think we've got a feature in there that does it for you, but I like to do it by hand. Jonathan, did I cover that good enough in that explanation, how I'm using it?
Yes, you did. And the roadmap feature is under tables called thirds page.
Okay, we'll look at that when we go live. Guys, this is how you're going to find good trades in the last 10 days. Everybody understand the value of that? This is a technique I talk about once a year, my thirds. Okay. Now let's talk about a breakthrough program that has the power to change your life. It's called TNT. People saw yesterday and today the power of TNT because I'm giving you the top research. I had one of my new guys yesterday. He said, "Tom, I had no idea I had this much information. I know you sifted through a lot of stuff to get it. I do it early in the morning. I'm like your research team, okay? Early in the morning." Let me just get a couple comments from people that read the last 2 days. Number one, how'd you rate it 0 to 10? And number two, doesn't it give you a head start on everybody else having that information each day? Just somebody type a couple sentences where Jonathan can share that with people here. You notice what Jim's net debit was, 49 cents, Jonathan?
Yeah, I see that.
We'll use that. Well, Carol, say a little bit more than absolutely. Absolutely is good. iPhone, I don't know who iPhone is, but he says T-Buzz is the gift that keeps on giving. It's a great program. I'm telling you, it's a great program. Keep going. What I like about it, I can reach you. Jonathan, you were sleeping this morning at 6 o'clock, wasn't you?
Yeah, definitely 6 Eastern. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was up working, and I can reach out and touch you when Jonathan's sleeping. And not that he doesn't need to sleep, but I'm just telling you, there's things that happen in the morning. I got a book out there called The Markets Never Sleep. You understand my thinking. Okay. But I put it out there early in the morning. It's like I'm your little research team putting that stuff out there. I talked about last night where the numbers were. My pivot number today, I know you thought it was high, was 59.44. Guess what? We went a lot higher than that, made money. These stocks I call the Magic Five. Laura says it's good to have that tip off and direction. Yeah, by the way, I give you direction of the market when I can read it like that. Absolutely. The pivot numbers I give for all, this is something I added where I give pivot numbers for every one of those Magic Five, or maybe some charts, maybe some other supporting material. If it's available, I give it. And anything else that I think is pertinent. I don't know if you saw what I published yesterday, those that watched the VIX. It said that the VIX, did y'all see the VIX? It went to 23 VIX futures. It was 1855. That's a $4,000 trade if you knew what to do with what I gave you. Pretty interesting. I published it yesterday in TNT. Did y'all notice what it said when you have that action that we had? Okay. Polly, you need to go read the pivot number research paper. Jonathan will show it to you. Tesla's a great way to trade in TNT. I usually have it included. Thank you. iPhone, type your name. He joined as a lifer from the election profits he got. All right, 13% return right there. Shoba. Oh, okay, Shoba. Thank you. All right, Jonathan. Any other slides? What we got? Each week, I try to find one trade focused on income. I don't know if I hit one. Did I hit one this week like XLE, didn't I? Wasn't that in here? I thought it was. I can't remember. I try to find an income trade every week for everybody in here. Okay. Nice little trade there. Another nice little trade. Those are trades this week in TNT. Now, the 8th day of the month, I released a TNT option blueprint. Jonathan reminded me it's the first of the year. I'm going to pause it until the first 8 days in January because it doesn't make sense because I typically will go to cash at the end of the year. I like to start out fresh the way Livermore did at the end of the year, review everything I did and come into the new year with cash. So I always try to do that with my trading money, okay? But I will typically wind things down to be 0-0 as we start next year. By the way, you ought to read that book, World's Greatest Stock Trader by Richard Smitten. I think it's a great book. I go through it every year. Nice little trade. The model portfolio and channel here are the current stocks. We've got Microsoft, Berkshire, American Express. That's quite a game. Get involved. And this one-time offer I made, let's make it again today for anybody who wants to join. This is a really low-price way to be introduced to it. A lot goes on in T-Buzz, TNT. I pretty much have live trading every day in the TNT channel through the Magic 5. Sometimes I do pre-market. I'm gonna do a lot more pre-market since we've got the SQQ back in play. Sometimes maybe the night market. Of course, during the cash market. DTI techniques is what I do for my model portfolio. I'll start a new one next year. We'll carry forth what we did this year and grow it. Leading stocks of the day. And I'll find all those leading stocks by using my thirds. January 10th. Option blueprint goes out about 6 weeks. That's going to be a hot ticket, Jonathan, on that when we release that in January, don't you think?
Yes, I think so. After your first 5 days of the year,
Yep. Yeah.
always a big time to
Hey,
be.
hey, first 5 days of the year are always, that's when I got people short in 2022. Remember that? And then long in 23 and long
Oh
in
yeah.
24.
Oh yeah.
Those first 5 days tell me a lot about the year. That's the magic 5 tickers. Now notice I've got pivot numbers right there for each of those tickers I chosen. There's that Palantir 7755. Again, I get on something like that and I watch it close, and Palantir is one of them. Apple, I think, hit our number, didn't it, Jonathan? It got us out. That's because we had a good thing. Copy what Carol wrote. She sort of captures that best. By the way, you get a little book like I got, and if I see something that helps you, like my thirds, I won't mention that again at the end of this year, but like that's a proprietary technique. This time of year, you'll remember if you write it in your little book, hey, divide everything from December 1st to about the 20th and divide it in thirds to get a edge over everybody else. Works great. Those are proprietary insights. All right, Jonathan, what else? You don't have to be here every day. No. Boy, did I teach about options. People tell me they learn more about options in T&T than anything else I do, because I guess I'm talking directly to you. What about people at work? Is there anybody? Absolutely they are. What you can do, you can watch during the day and sort of educate yourself to things you don't know, because I have a lot of topics in there that we talk about. We've had unbelievable success. It costs you $2,400 a year, $200 a month doing it that way. And I bet you if you took $1,000 and we did it at 10,000 count and 100% return risking that 1,000, there it is right there. Jonathan read my mind. Look at that. 11,594. That's a good deal. No brainer. Procrastination leads to indecision. Indecision leads to failure. Oh, Napoleon Hill said that. Do you have to pay for T&T? I say if you'll join the program today and start out for the rest of the year with me, what happens January, February, March should be on those uneducated tickets. So I don't think you have to pay if you do it that way. If it doesn't work for you and I don't do what I say, we'll give you your money back. Easy to join. We have our own private channel, which is pretty cool. Todd says you better get the VIP. Tom's going to wake up one day and quit giving it away like I am now at these prices. But I want you to come in there. I can help you directly. So it's your time. Here, all the things that are included: market scoreboard, pre-market watch list. That's that magic 5 I keep talking about. I'll have training sessions throughout the quarter on telling you, things that I think are important. I added the income after a small class of people. They said they want to make more income. I said, I'll do one, try to average one a week. Some weeks I have more than one. Okay. There's the blueprint everybody keeps talking about. Again, that's going to be the hot ticket in January. My goals where you don't pay for it, you use the knowledge I give you and let the uneducated pay you. And my secondary goal after that month or so is to cover the rest of the months at no charge. Here's your options. You can join at $200 a month. That automatic renews. There's not a person here that can't afford that. $200 a month with the knowledge and all that. I've made this special deal. We got to change this after today, Jonathan. I'm not going to do this anymore. But you can take option 2 for 4 months today. And then, of course, the lifetime is 4,400 for a VIP. Everybody tells you to go that route. But I would tell you, if you can't decide, do option 2. That's the best deal I've ever offered in TNT. This is the third and final time. Michelle thinks info is incredible. Couldn't be any better. Always get better, Michelle. Always get better. That's how you join if you want to join. Get joined. I will publish my list Sunday night. I'll publish my list of the top 10 tickers for the next 2 weeks. I'll do the work over the weekend, give it to you Sunday night. That's a promise. You got it? That's all I got. Jonathan, time-wise, how are we doing on time? I did that pretty good. Let's take 10 minutes break, put a timer up, and come back in 10 minutes, and let's go to a live market and wrap up today. All right, Jonathan, bring up the old roadmap here and let's just look at some things. Start out with the E-mini. Just do one screen at a time, if you will. All right, Jonathan, draw the RB1, circle RB1 where I can see RB1.
Yeah, RB1 was right here.
Okay. And then RB2.
RB2 down here.
Okay. RB3.
RB3 right here.
Okay. And then RB4.
RB4 right here.
Right there. And we're below RB4 right now.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll look at the rally that was during the cash market was pretty solid all the way up to Genesis. Now we've broken Genesis and we've broken RB4, which sort of argues that put that I put on and TNT might pay us on Monday. Okay, that's what that's saying. Okay, let's go to, if we will, let's go to the NASDAQ, see how it looks. Almost the same pattern. And you can see if we break that low there, okay, put the QQQ in there. Yeah, okay. The other thing I want to show people is that website, Cashi.com. That's a good site to know if you have big market events that everybody's focused on like we did today. I want to show you something. It's pretty cool. Show that chart where they can see it. Move your cursor over and see the current price.
35% is what I got.
Yeah. They're basically saying that thing was running 50 to 65, and now it's down at 35. Basically saying they're not going to shut the government down. Okay. That's what they're saying right there. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. That'll be probably when we're all sleeping. We'll hear about it over the weekend. But that's a great website you ought to take and put in that little book of yours that you're keeping these insights available. Tesla, let's look at Tesla. Draw a line at the low, which was 410. Draw a line at RB4. What's that number up there?
RB4 opened at 444.89. The low of RB4 is 439.5.
So Tesla's broken RB4 going into the weekend.
Yes, it has.
Okay, that's Tesla. Put Apple in there. Apple looks totally different, even though it's at the top of RB4. You look at that line right there. It's at the top of it. That's that. Put Palantir in there, one of my stocks that I'm tracking and trading. Look at that one. Where's that? 79.04. That gets above about 80.55. It's going to be on my top 10 list at 80.55 for next week. I can tell you that right now. 80.55. Trying to think. Put the SQQQ in there. The old SQQQ. You'll notice the SQQQ went down or go up to the top this morning at 7 o'clock where it made a new high and then reversed and went lower all day. Now it's turned to come back up. What's the high and low of the day on the SQQQ? High and low for the SQQQ.
Cash market high is 32.50. That pre-market high you see there at 33.21.
Yeah, so the odds are it's going to track up to the midpoint, which is 3107. So if you had more time, we'll look at this Monday morning. But if it's still bearish, you're gonna see it go up and test that midpoint number of 31 come Monday. That's SQQQ. Which tells you it might be a little downside Sunday night and Monday to look at. I don't have anything else, Jonathan. I want to wish everybody a great weekend. I will have all the numbers Sunday night, so make sure you make it. You got anything you want to add, Jonathan?
You covered everything that I would like to have covered.
Okay. Any other questions before I wrap it up? I'm amazed at just how good the DTI method is and how we can sport that kind of track record in a week like this. It just goes to show you better learn it. If you're in this market for a long term, right, Jonathan? Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good weekend.